Hey everybody, this is Coach Ray with Elite Fitness. I've been promising you now that I was going to do a little video on my diet and what I've been currently eating right now as I prepare for the MPC Universe. About 5 weeks out now today. So 5 weeks from today, I will be weighing in, checking in for the Mr. Universe, NPC Universe, Charleston, South Carolina. So still trying to cut and lose some weight, and so because of that, I'm on a pretty strict diet right now, and so I just wanted to go over that with everybody, what I'm currently eating, now I'm getting by, and also some of the other things I'm doing as far as for my calorie burning, etc. Now, every athlete, as far as I'm concerned, should start off their day right, and I always recommend coffee. Coffee's great, no calories. You can have all of it you want. If you don't put a bunch of junk in it, coffee, you can have all the coffee you want, and it's good for you. Good stuff. Coffee. Need something to drink? Keep your mouth wet, whatever, while you're doing anything throughout the day. If you just have black coffee with you, no calories. Not only that, but the caffeine may help you actually burn a couple extra calories. So if anything, it's a negative calorie when you have coffee. So always good. If you enjoy coffee, highly recommend it. Stay away from putting all this stuff in it. All that junk, that's what you don't want, right? Now, first thing I'm going to eat in the morning, this right here. I like it. Cherry yogurt. I prefer this brand. There's plenty of them out there. This one, it's 4 cups of yogurt. I have the whole thing, usually at about 8:30 in the morning. Okay? With that right there, the macros for that right there, I get 32 carbohydrates, 48 grams of protein, 0 fat, for a total of 320 calories for my first meal of the day. And then I have one more AM meal before I go ahead and get ready for my first workout of the day. And I'll have 3 packets of these grits. These are I like the cheddar cheese. You get the butter flavor, different ones, but each packet only has 100 calories in it, okay? So when you take 3 packets of that, it's a little filling. It'll give you a little energy before your first workout of the day. With that, you get 63 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams protein, 4.5 grams fat, for a total of 300 calories. So you take those first 2 AM meals, you add them together, you have a total of 85 carbohydrates, 54 grams of protein, 4.5 grams of fat, or a total of 620 calories. Then, usually in the afternoons, I'll go ahead and I'll get in about 35 minutes of cardio and try to get in at least 300 calories burned there at the gym. And then about 2 o'clock, 2:30, I'll go ahead and have my next meal, and I may take this next meal and divide it up, have some of it about 2 o'clock, some of it about 3:30ish, something like that. But what I start with, of course, is chicken breast. I only have 4 ounces of the chicken breast, okay? 4 ounces of chicken breast is 0 grams of carbohydrates, 24 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, for a total of 130 calories. Okay, now with that, of course, I always like a little flavoring, but I found some stuff that's real tasty, low calorie. I'm not getting paid any sponsors, none of this stuff, okay? This is just what I choose to use because I prefer the flavor and I like as far as the macros and everything in it. So this right here, use sugar-free dipping sauce, Polynesian. Awesome stuff. I have this with my chicken and rice, okay? 1 serving is 2 tablespoons, 10 calories. So I'll have 4 tablespoons, 20 calories of that right there. And that right there ends up being, 5 carbohydrates, 20 calories. Now, along with that, I want to get a little veggie in there and as well, so I'll have one of my favorite veggies, spinach. raw spinach. I like most of my vegetables raw and eat them raw whenever possible. I like raw broccoli, raw cauliflower, raw carrot. I prefer all that stuff raw instead of cooked whenever possible. Now, this right here, you can have 4 cups. I have 2 cups of this. 4 cups is 20 calories. So 2 cups of that is only, 10 calories. And it's 1.5 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein. Okay, so we get all of those. We've got our 4 ounces of chicken, that, the spinach, and of course we have to have something to eat it on. And man doth not live by bread alone, but he has to have some bread. And so I have sandwiches. I have 4 sandwiches in the afternoon, actually, is what I do. I found this stuff here. It's Nature's Own Life honey wheat. 40 calories a slice. Okay? So I have 8 slices, 4 sandwiches of this stuff right here. Okay? And when you take that, and you take those 8 slices and figure it out, you've got 78 grams of carbohydrates, 20 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, 2 grams of fat, and 320 calories is all. No, that's not too bad. So that takes care of everything. Now I go to the gym after work at 4:30. I'll get my weightlifting in, and then I'll do another hour of cardio. So I'm trying to get in at least an hour and a half of cardio, unless it's leg day, in which case I may only get in 500-600. But the rest of the days that I'm working out, I'm trying to get anywhere from 9 to 1,000 calories burned, plus my weightlifting. Okay, so maybe an average of 1,200 calories burned on some days, and maybe 9 on 1 or 2 others. Now you take that and you figure that out right there. That's 1.5 pounds or more of fat loss a week, not counting diet, just from the cardio and the working out. I'm already ahead 1.5 pounds before we even start here with the diet, you understand? So I'm basing this diet based on how much cardio and everything else I'm doing, how many calories are coming in, and how many calories are going out. Obviously, we want a calorie deficit so that we can lose weight. That's what it takes. So anyway, when you take that whole meal and you add it all together, the bread and the chicken and everything else, you come up with a total of 84.5 grams of carbohydrates, 45 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat for 480 calories. Now, one thing I will add in here, because I'm getting ready to do this, one of the transitions, as I go further into the diet and closer to the show, I will lower my calories even more. So what I will do is, instead of having 4 sandwiches with the honey wheat, 40 calories per slice, 320 calories worth, instead, I'll have these wraps. These are pretty good. And these wraps right here, believe it or not, each wrap has 45 calories. And each wrap has 5 grams of protein. Not bad. So you take these wraps instead of the bread, and if you were to compare the 2 of them together, you're going to end up pretty much with about 140 calorie difference just doing that. So as I switch from the bread to that right there, just doing that right there, that's 140 calories less that I'm having each day. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, if I decide to maybe cut out 1 pack of grits, there's another 100 calories I've lowered. So right there, I'm almost at 250 less calories when I decide to do that right there. And of course, stay tuned for the rest of the diet and how all this works. So now, what I'm going to do when I get home in the evening, I'm going to have 6 ounces of chicken breast. Got to have your chicken. And with that, of course, you have a total of 36 grams of protein, no carbohydrates, 4 grams of fat, for a total of 194 calories. Along with that, once again, Polynesian sauce to the rescue. This time I go crazy. I have 6 tablespoons, which is a total of 38 calories, 7.5 grams of carbs. Now with that, I have this. My side dish, which has vegetables in it, a little egg in it, vegetable fried rice. Premium long grain rice with carrot, edamame, red bell pepper, egg, onion, savory soy sauce, and sesame oil. This stuff right here, 1 cup, has 150 calories. So guess what? I have my 6 ounces of chicken with my sauce and 3 cups of that right there. That rice right there is 81 carbohydrates, 12 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, for a total of 450 calories. So when you take that with the chicken and the sauce and everything together, you come up with a grand total of 88.5 grams of carbohydrates, 48 grams of protein, 13 grams of fat, for a total of 674 calories for my evening meal. Now, you take all of those and add them together, starting with my first two meals in the morning. I have a total of 620 calories, 85 grams of protein, 54 grams of protein in the morning. Then my afternoon, I add that one in, where I had the 480 calories for the chicken with the chicken sandwiches. That gives me a total, when I get home after all of my workouts and everything else, that I've had 1,100 calories. Okay? Hold that there. That's 169.5 grams of carbs, 99 grams of protein, 9.5 grams of fat, for a total of 1,100 calories when I get home. So you take that and then you add that with the evening meal that I just discussed with the chicken and rice of the 674 calories, and you come up with a grand total for the day. 258 carbs, 147 grams of protein, 22.5 grams of fat, for a total of 1,774 calories. But, I don't stop there. I need to get a little more protein, and I need to have a little enjoyment. So I have some snacks. Shh. You mean on a diet? Yes, I have to have my snacks. But I have good snacks, healthy snacks, snacks that are within my macros and within my calorie range. One of my favorites is my sugar-free cherry gel. You can have, all this you want. Serving of this is 5 calories. This whole pack, you make a whole big bowl, this is like 20 calories. You take some of that and then you put a little of this sugar-free chocolate syrup on it. This stuff right here, a tablespoon, is only 10 calories. So you get a couple tablespoons on that with that. And then, of course, just douse it in some delicious ready whipped cream. This is the fat-free 5 calories a serving. I'll take 25 calories worth, please. Oh, yeah. And, just have me a good old dessert for about 50 calories. And that'll fill you up. I'm telling you what. And then, of course, if I want to get some extra protein, I love these pure protein bars here. This one has 21 grams of protein and only 180 calories. And, of course, you can get the Quest. They have, like, the cookie snacks and stuff like that. These things right here are delicious. Most of them have, between 15, 18 grams of protein, some more, and about 200, 240, anywhere in their calorie range. So if you can fit those into your macros and all, do that as well. And that usually will end me up close to about 170 grams of protein, which is what I'm looking at. 160 to 170 a day is what I need to get, and keep my calories currently at about 2,000 a day. It was 2,200, now it's 2,000. Next week, it will be 1,800. And then maybe the last 2 weeks before the show, I may drop it even more. We'll see. I may not need to. I'll assess as we go. By the way, we are exactly 5 weeks out today from the Mr. Universe. So keep it in mind, I am this Monday, Memorial Day. I will be posing in my posing trunks and doing an assessment because I'll basically have 31 days left. Those 4.5 weeks, I'll be out at that time, and I'll be able to see exactly where I'm at and where I need to be within the next 4 weeks. So as this thing gets closer and closer, you're going to start seeing, and I'll start doing more and more posing shots in my posing trunks, so that you can see the development and how the body, how you kind of get the fat off and get it changing, and each and every day just try to see a little bit of a change and a little bit of a change until the day of the show, and hopefully peak and look my best at that time, win and become a professional athlete at the age of 59. That sure would be cool. And I appreciate you following me and cheering me on, and I hope you like the shirt. It says I'd flex, but I like this shirt. You say I don't like that shirt. Well, my grandbabies, my grandboys, they got me this shirt. So that's one of my favorite shirts. I don't care what you say. Don't make, well, I can't. I would, but I can't for my grandson's sake. You understand? All right. Talk to you soon. Take care. God bless.